Howdy, welcome to ENGL 0870 section I01 for spring 2021. My name is Eric Fish and I'll be teaching the course. Section I01 means this is an internet course. It's asynchronous. We're not going to meet as a group at any point during the semester, either on Zoom or anything like that. Everybody's going to be working kind of at their own time and place, but there are due dates for assignments and things like that, so you have to keep up with the schedule. It's not a work at your own pace kind of course. For this first video, I want to show you how to access D2L and kind of go over the syllabus a little bit. D2L, short for Desire to Learn, that's where the internet course is housed. That's where we're going to be doing all our emailing and communicating. That's how I'm going to talk to you, and that's how I want you to talk to me. There's different ways to get to D2L. You might go through My Northeast, or you can just access the D2L server directly. Generally, Northeast State wants students to go through My Northeast so you can look at your student email and all that good stuff. But D2L is on a separate server. So if My Northeast isn't working or the Northeast State website's down, D2L might still be operating because it's on a different server, has a different login page and all that good stuff. So you'll see on the syllabus this elearn.northeaststate.edu email address, and that's why it's there. So if Northeast State's system goes down, you can still participate in the internet course. Your username, I'll show you your username here in a second. It's generally your first initial, your middle initial, and all a part of your last name and maybe a number. Just kind of depends on how common your last name is. And your password's your birthday in 6 digits. Once you access D2L with your birthday, you probably want to go in there and change it, because anybody who hears someone tell you happy birthday suddenly knows your D2L password and can create some problems for you if they wanted to. Let me spell my name right so I can get in there. There we go. And we'll log in. And when you get to D2L, you're going to see all your courses listed there. Some instructors do more D2L than others. That's kind of normal. But for an internet course like this one, this is where everything is, so it's very important. We got a picture of a beauty spot up there on the Appalachian Trail between North Carolina and Tennessee border for the picture. We're going to click on that class. I'm going to change my status to student here so we see the same things. And you're going to see the welcome page. That's going to change to a reminders page. That's going to remind you of things coming due. And I do my best to keep up with that. But to start off with, you got a welcome page, and if you want to see my LinkedIn page, you can do that and learn more about me if you want to. Once you're in D2L, you're going to see different tools up here. The one we're going to use the most is content. This is where all the assignments, the syllabus, all this good stuff is located. If you've already been there and you're coming back to D2L, make sure you go back up to table of contents so you can see everything. But right here you see course documents, where you're going to see the detailed schedule, which we'll look at here in a second. And also the first assignments coming due, the syllabus quiz and the formatting exercises formatting exercise are both right there under course documents. You're going to see YouTube videos. I'm doing number 1 now. I've already had number 2 and number 3 completed. I do that for all my classes. But you'll just click on those. So if you're not sure how to create documents in Word and upload that into the D2L Dropbox, this shows you how to do that. Shows you how to complete the syllabus quiz in Word and Google Docs. So generally helpful videos. You're also going to see the essay and various project assignments here on the content page. The journal entries will be there, the help resources. All the course assignments are right there on the content page. You can also see on the assignments page, that's where you're going to submit material. It used to be called the Dropbox page, Dropbox function. Well, it's not doing anything. There we go. So some older instructors like me might refer to it as a Dropbox. But this is where you'll go to submit material and submit stuff into the class. Another important one is class list. Excuse me. This is shows you everybody in the course. Here's your username. Usernames are not private. We can all see these. So again, once somebody knows your birthday, they can get into your D2L. So make sure you go in there and change that password from your birthday to something else that you'll remember. But to email, if I want to email the whole class, I can just click on this and hit email, and it will email everybody in the class. If you want to email me, you can come to the class list and just click on my name, and that will put up the email function there. We'll put a subject there in your body and send me the email. So that's a kind of a handy dandy page, particularly for the instructor, where I can email everybody all at once. I don't know why you'd want to email everybody in the class, but kind of be careful there. If you hit this and hit email, kind of remember you're sending that to the entire class. So if it's anything personal, you may not want to do that. Grades are just located under grades. Let me get out of here as a student. For me, the grades look like this. It's kind of a spreadsheet function. Yours will be listed nice, vertically with all the grades for the course. But sometimes it's easy for me to transpose a grade or just put in the wrong number or something. With 4 students, I hopefully won't get the grades mixed up because of everybody's name. But it's easy for me to make a mistake. So if there's ever a mistake in the grade book, be sure to email me and let me know. Just say, hey, I thought I got a 10 out of 10 on that on this exercise or whatever, but you only gave me 8 on the grade sheet. Let me know. This is the official grade book for the course. I download this at the end of the semester, add it up and turn it in. So if something's wrong here, it's going to be wrong in the final version as well. One other function is the email function. To check your email, you just click on this envelope. I'm not going to do that because I got some sensitive emails at the top of the list. But you want to click on that to check email. The best way to check your email is to get out of the course and hit the email, hit the little envelope there. If you do it while you're inside a course, it will only show you the emails for that particular course. So if you're like in my course and your math instructor sends you an email, you won't see that email until you actually come out of here to the D2L homepage and click on that envelope. So be careful there with the email function. But those are most of the things we're going to be doing, and generally we're going to learn by trying to do it. You may have run into trouble. In that case, you're going to email me and say, hey, I tried to upload this, but it won't take it, and then we'll hopefully figure out what's wrong there. There are a few tricks. You can't, if you're using Google Docs, you can't upload directly from Google Docs. You got to save it to your computer, then upload it into D2L, which those videos show you how to do and things like that. But so there's always some problems. Don't be put off by it. It's a little frustrating if you're at home and things aren't working quite right. But be sure and email me, let me know what's going on. And what I want to do now is I want to go over the syllabus, which is this addendum and detailed schedule for OA70, I01, F21, Fall 21. I already got it pulled up in Word, so I'm going to open it that way. When you look at the syllabus, one, it gives you just contact information. We generally want to be in D2L. That's why it says D2L emails preferred right here. And there's the login for D2L. Just something, if D2L goes down or you're just really having a whole lot of trouble with D2L, you can email my Northeast State email address. But keep in mind, I get about 30 emails a day. And if your email is, badboy48 at gmail.com, I may not recognize that email. I may not pay much attention to it. So be careful. Make sure probably in the subject line, go ahead and put your name, maybe the class or whatever. Make it kind of stand out from all the junk email I get. Because I want to respond to you, but maybe not all the other stuff I get. Please don't call my office phone very much. I'm only going to be in the office on Tuesdays. So if you leave a phone message on Wednesday, I may not get it for a week. I try to check it, but it's just I'm not in the office because of COVID and all that good stuff. I do have an office on the main campus, and again, if you want to call, make arrangements to come see me before you don't just show up expecting me to be there. Generally, I'm only going to be there on Tuesdays, and probably not for very long because of COVID and all that fun stuff. I'll put up office hours in D2L. I'm probably going to do some Zoom office hours where I'll just sit there with an open meeting and see if students have any questions. We'll see how that goes. If a lot of students take part in that, then we might have to do appointments or something, but we'll see. There's the information about the class. This is in English. ENGL stands for English 0870 developmental writing course. Basically, you're in this class because you're in a certificate program and they want you to remediate what they call a writing deficiency. It's a horrible word. Just they want you just to learn to write a little bit better, and maybe because one other thing, after you take this class, you can just go to Comp 1 without having to take uh, any more English classes. You go straight into college level courses. So a lot going on here. But generally, our 0870 course is linked to a Comp 1 course. This one's not because you are certificate students, or you should be. You are in the system, but if you're thinking, no, I'm university transfer, you're in the wrong class. But it looks like everybody's in the certificate program. And it's composition. It's a composition course, so we're going to be doing writing. We're going to get involved in research a little bit. That's not the emphasis, and I'm going to help you quite a bit with that. So if you get anxiety about research papers, please don't. It's pretty normal, and when you start hitting college level stuff or pre-college level stuff, to incorporate sources in your work, and that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to help you with that. So there shouldn't be a lot of anxiety there. But there's all the course objectives. You can read faster than I can talk, so I'll let you read those. But basically, we're going to work on your writing and grammar, and sentence structure, and improve writing. And writing is one of those things that you can always be better at. It's frustrating. Every time you start a new project, it's a whole new thing, which makes writing interesting, but also kind of challenging, right? Whereas math, 2 plus 2 is always 2. In English, fish can be a noun, an adverb, adjective, verb. It all depends on how you use it within the sense. It could be a proper noun, right, in this course. Um, there is a textbook assigned to it. It's up to you if you want to get it. That's a really nice grammar workbook. And the answers are in the back, so it's good practice, particularly if you have specific problems within your writing. But it's kind of up to you. I'm not going to assign anything to the group. It's just hard to do on the internet. How do I know you did it? We just didn't look at the answers in the back of the book or something. Other required material, make sure you have a way to back up your work, particularly on your computer, or if you're in the Google Docs. Make sure you keep backing up work. Most students don't like to back up from Google Docs because it's a big pain. But like a couple of specials ago, I had someone's ex go in there and mess with their Google stuff, and they couldn't access their Google accounts, and they were kind of out of luck, right? That's where all their work was, in Google Docs. So be careful there. For grading, if you go to page 8 on this big old document, you'll see all the work we're going to do in the class. Actually, going to make it a little smaller. We got 4 major writing assignments: a descriptive paragraph to start off with, then a self-regulated learner essay, then a couple of longer writings, career essay project. Within that career essay project, we're going to be doing some career writing, like a resume, professional introductions, academic plans, things like that. And then the last essay will be a medical essay where you tell someone's story and put some research into that about a particular medical topic. So hopefully throughout the course you're writing about yourself or someone you know. So hopefully there's a little self-interest there. Hopefully you're interested in your career and the health of people around you and being successful. And that's kind of what these assignments are geared towards. Fairly practical writing. Along the way, we'll do some journals and some exercises. Add them all up, all the points. There's 1,000 points for the course. 90% is an A, 80% is a B, 70% is a C. Fairly standard there. If you have any questions about grading and stuff like that, be sure to let me know. The sheet's also a good way to keep track of your grades as you go through the course. Sometimes the D2L grade book can be kind of squirrely, so it's a good way to kind of write down your grades as you go. But sometimes it's kind of nice to see the whole course laid out like that. Alrighty. These policies, you're going to do a syllabus quiz, so I'm not going to read all of these things to you. I want to go over the big one. So the big one, you got to let me know if there's a problem. If you have an issue, a concern, can't find something's not working, let me know as soon as possible. Don't get frustrated. Don't get angry. Send an email. That's why I'm here. And particularly in the first few weeks, it can be very frustrating. Like, I know that syllabus quiz is somewhere. I saw it on the video, but I can't find it. Where is it? Send me an email, and I'll say it's right here, or I might even just go ahead and send it as an email attachment so you have it and you can complete the assignment, right? Generally, most problems can be solved. If you have any questions about grades, be sure to ask them as soon as you have them. Don't wait till the end of the class and decide you want me to review all your work. I'm not going to do that. If there's a problem with the grade, if there's an error with the grade, that's my error. That's something. There's no time limit on that, right? Except once you get your final grade. But even after then, you can kind of let me know. Say, hey, I thought I was getting this grade, but I got this grade. What happened? But with daily work or essay grades, make sure let me know a problem as soon as possible. Make sure you save your work. There's nothing worse than getting an email from a student saying my computer crashed or my kid fried my laptop or I got locked out of my Google account or whatever. Make sure you have backup of all your work, especially when you get close to the end of an essay assignment or a writing assignment. Be sure to back that up somehow. I'm assuming you're going to do that, so when you say, oh, my laptop crashed, I'm like, well, at least you have backup. And one reason you're going to find us submitting drafts and first two paragraphs and all that, once you put it in the D2L and send it to me, you automatically have backup, which is really, really nice. Also, don't delete or throw out any graded material. I'm gonna return work through a D2L email as email attachments. Don't delete those. If I die in a fire car crash the day before grades are due, you want to be able to go into my dean and say, look, I'm sorry about the fiery car crash, but here are all my grades. I need to get my credit for the scores. I'll try not to die in a fiery car crash, but things happen. If I hit the lottery and take off on you, which I won't, but you want proof you took the course, right? Assignments are due on Mondays and Thursdays. We'll look at the schedule here in a second. The rest of this is just defining certain things, letting you know what's going to happen if you plagiarize or do something you're not supposed to. But generally, if you're showing up, doing the work, communicating to keep small problems small, and being professional and honest in your dealings, you're going to be fine with all this. Some of this may not actually apply. We're not going to have to evacuate the internet classroom or anything. So some of this you might look at and go like, oh, all right, whatever. But be sure and read through them. You're going to have to do it for the syllabus quiz. Make sure you're doing it for the syllabus quiz once you get to that. The schedule is on page 6. And again, everything's due by midnight on a Monday or a Thursday. I'm not actually up at that time. You'll see this in the syllabus. So if it's in there at 8 the next morning, you don't have to email me and say, can I have 5 more, 2 in the morning saying, can I have, 30 more minutes? I'm not even up, submit it. As long as it's there by 8 o'clock in the morning, everything's going to be fine. When something says due, it's due that day. So nothing due this week. Part of it's where we're not here on Monday. That kind of throws things off a little bit. You should be watching this video and then videos 2 and 3 to see how to do the syllabus quiz in the introduction paragraph. And she'd be sending those to me by Monday, 11:59 p.m. Into the D2L Dropbox. Then you kind of start seeing, you're going to start seeing a pattern with each writing project. We're going to do pre-writing exercises. We might have, or pre-writing activities, I guess. You might have certain exercises. You're definitely going to have journals, which are just free writing exercises, which we'll talk about when we get closer to those. Then you're going to start sending in drafts. So you got pre-writing, you got the drafting, you got the revising and editing. Then you're going to have to turn it in for the final submission. Then we're going to post it into an e-portfolio, probably the D2L e-portfolio. We've been using LinkedIn in the past, but it's becoming very problematic for some reason. I don't know if COVID has something to do with it. But my students last semester, it was just pulling teeth, and it's just, it's like, it wasn't, and that's not what I want you to do. It should just be a nice way to post all your stuff and see what you've done throughout the semester. But you're going to kind of see this process where you do pre-writing, writing, revising, and editing based on generally on my feedback, then submission of the final grade, then hopefully one more step of publishing it. Not out to the open internet, but probably to the D2L e-portfolio. But make sure you're keeping up. I'm going to post reminders and send you email reminders throughout the semester, but make sure you kind of have the schedule somewhere so you kind of know what's coming up. And that's about all I got to say about that. But if you have questions, again, let me know. If you're not quite sure when something's due, let me know. Or if it says something you're like, well, I don't even know what that syllabus quiz is, email me and say, okay, what's this syllabus quiz that's coming up? And I'll be happy to explain it to you again. But you can kind of see the syllabus very important document. It defines the class, defines all the policies, has a class schedule, has a grade sheet at the end. So hopefully you're going to use that. But I think that's about all I have. That's quite a bit of information there. But the big trick, ask questions. You're going to hear me say that with almost every email, every video. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you have questions. That's the trick to the internet course. If you're not sure what's going on, you got to ask. Don't just stare at a blank screen or search D2L for 5 days trying to find something. It may not be there. Maybe I forgot to post something, right? So always ask questions when you have them. But looking forward to a good semester. And the class is challenging, but it's doable. Just stay with it, ask questions, let me know what's going on, and we'll get you to the end. But we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.